everything that you can have there. What are they? Frustration, rejection. Mention them, right? Frustrations, rejections, insults, right? A whole lot of them. There are plenty. Frustration is definitely one of them. Frustrations. A lot of you give up when you are being rejected. You give up when you are being what? When you are being insulted. At some point, you became frustrated. You don't even know what you're doing again. I know so many of you are going through this. I know so many of you are going through this situation right now. I know you are passing through that. But let me tell you something. It's just a call to success. It's a call. It's a ladder to success. Insult is an avenue for you to get better. It's an avenue for you to do what? For you to become. It's an avenue for you to become. Frustration, insults. Are you getting me? The key to business growth. So don't think that when you go through frustrations, you should not be part of your success. No, these are the things that are going to make you. These are the things that are going to build you. These are the things you begin to testify. These are the things that are going to build your success stories. Frustrations, right? Now let's delve into it. Now, you just know that if you want to become all you can become, do all you can do, hear all you can hear, see all you can see, you have to go to learn how to handle frustration. You have to go to learn how to handle frustration in life. You need to learn how to handle frustrations. Frustration is part of your growth. Are you getting me? It's part of your existence. I always relate this story to people. Right? And to my humble self. Now, one of the stories that I've done to motivate me is this. Often at times when I go through frustrations, I go through downfall, people left my business, people that have literally spent money on, people that have been building, people that could have been doing great for themselves. In fact, me myself, I feel very, very disappointed in things I was doing. I feel like I was not doing enough. I feel like I'm frustrated. I would just be filled with frustration, depression everywhere. And then I feel like I want to quit this business. It has happened to me a couple of times. I got to a point where I had even nothing to hope on. It got to a point I have to even ask myself, why am I even doing it? What am I even here for? Are you sure that my dream is still possible? I have to start questioning myself. I have to start listening to some things that will look otherwise. I get to me because I was frustrated at that point. Because I was frustrated. But one of the story I've come to learn is the story of the message of the cross. The message of the cross. Message of the cross. One of my daddy that gave me that message really was David Obueli. Right? So you see, he said something. When Jesus Christ himself, of course, he's the king, he's the Lord. Okay, he came from heaven, he's born in heaven, he's the one in charge of heaven and earth. Are you getting me? He decided to come and redeem the sin of man. And when he decided to redeem the sins of man, he already know what he's going to face. He started growing. Of course, he was born in a poor manger so that he can actually penetrate with people who actually need this divine visitation, who actually need this redemption. So that can penetrate, so that I can blend with them. And from there, things began to flow. At some point, he was condemned to death. He faced a lot of destructions. He faced a lot of insults. He faced a lot of rejections in life. Because he had something he needed to achieve. And one of the things that helped him to get to it was frustrations. It was rejection. It was an insult. That message has always motivated my being. And I share that with people, message of the cross. So do you now wonder why Jesus Christ redeemed the sin of the earth? What if he was not ready to take the insult? What if he was not ready to be cajoled? What if he was not ready? What if? Now, what if? Right? Do you think the world could still be what? Do you think there will be things like salvations? Do you think there will be things like that? Right? But then he took the bullet. He took the one. He took the bullet. He hit the frog. He handled the frustrations right. And that is why a lot of us can enjoy things like what? Salvation today. Does it make sense to you? Do you see now that if you are feeling frustrated, the question is, how can you handle your frustrations? If you are feeling rejection, the question is, who has not been rejected before? If God himself has actually been rejected, who am I not to take the rejections? Because you have something you are pursuing. Because you are living for others, you're not living for yourself. That's why there are two mindsets people join this business with. It's either they are here to make money or they are here to help people. As long as you have that mindset, that you are here to help people, subconsciously stuck in your mind, you would always walk through your frustrations, because whenever you get your frustrations, you always a step ahead to success. You always a step ahead to your success. Is what we call a nearly success syndrome. You are very, very close to your success. So when things are happening to you right now, just know that it's just a stone throw to your success. The question is, how do you handle it? Do you handle it positively, or do you handle it negatively? That is the question I'm asking you. So you see, I'm going to be talking to some persons tonight. I know I was sent to talk to some persons, because a lot of you right now, because you don't know what is happening to you, because you are frustrated, you feel like this business is for you, you feel like you've wasted a lot of your time, you feel like you don't even know, you're just entangled, you're just there, right? And then you just want to be there, you can't even brainstorm, you can't even think forward. Everything about you is stagnant. Everything about you is stagnant. But you refuse to understand what the book of Isaiah said, that when God sends you a trouble, when you see a trouble, just know it's a gift from God. And the ability for you to think forward, that can help you generate the gifts from God. That can help you access that gift He gave to you. Frustration. So you can never even do without it. You can never even run away from frustrations. But can I tell you something? Anybody who is frustrated today, you're already very close to your success. The question is, what do I do? What do I need to do next? Who do you listen to? What is the next question you're asking yourself? How do you brainstorm it? What next do you visit? Who next do you visit? To give you ideas and strategies that can help you emerge from your frustration. It's just like the world, it's just like the current economy. Everything on a high price. Some of you are even frustrated. Some of you have started complaining that you don't have money to come for office, don't have money to book your course. Things are costly, things are this, things are this. Can I tell you something? You refuse to understand that it's an avenue for you to come out strong. It's an avenue for you to emerge. It's an opportunity given to you right now as an entrepreneur to come out strong. Right? Let's go. Follow me. Now, can I tell you something? Frustration can kill dreams, and it happens all the time. Oh, yes. It happens all the time. Now, frustration can change a positive attitude into a negative attitude, an empowering state into a crippling mind. I hope you have your writing materials there. Ensure you are paying a very keen attention. Right? So frustration can change a positive attitude into a negative attitude. Obviously, is enough to terminate your goal. You see, everything that have inspired you is enough to terminate it. Is enough for you to turn back and put your hand back on the plow. Is enough. Right? Is enough to cripple you. Is enough to cripple your success. You see, everything that you have worked on is enough to terminate them. Is enough to burn them. Is enough. Are you getting me? Oh, yes. It's enough. That is what frustration does. Everything that you have habitually worked for, right? So, but then, for you to ensure long-term success, you must learn how to discipline your frustrations. There is nobody here who has not been frustrated. You see, all the top leaders you hear about, they've in one way or the other become frustrated. I can't even forget our own boss, like Moses, on message. I can't even forget one of his testimony. He said the very first day he went to share questionnaire, right? He went all out to share questionnaire. Are you getting me? And even a barrel pusher, he looked at himself from head to toe. He discovered that he's bigger and better than this man. But you know what? This man still rejected him. He said he had to, at that point, he covered his book, he covered his questionnaire, he went home and he lay down on the bed and he started asking himself, is this what I'm here for? Is this exactly what I'm here for? Is it exactly what I'm here for? This is one of the ambassadors we have today. Is it exactly what I'm here for? He started asking himself that question, right? But at some point, he picked it back up because he has a discipline around it, because he knows that he didn't live for himself, because he knows that it's not even about him. It's not even about him. He picked himself back up. At that point, he understood that the key to success is massive frustration. The key to a better financial growth is massive frustration. You understand that he cannot do without being frustrated. In fact, frustration should be like it should be like a cake. It should be like what? It should be like an ice cream you eat. It should be like food you consume. In fact, anywhere you see frustrations, you're supposed to be putting your head inside it, because they are the things that make you. They are the things that bring success to you. Because if you look at almost any great successful person in life, right, you will find what? You will find in them that there's been a massive frustrations along their way. Everybody who is successful in life, they've been a massive frustrations along their way. You've all heard about the story of Ambassador John, our own ambassador, right? You've heard about his story. I get to me. Our own unstoppable leader, right? Mr. Solomon Vincent, but Solomon, you've heard about his story. I get to me. So all of them, they all winded around what? Around frustrations. Even Dr. Ba, we all have frustrations. They all had frustrations. Everybody had frustrations in life, right? It's been about a massive frustrations along the way. They all have even frustration bigger than yourself, bigger than you and I, bigger than you and I. But the question is, what did they make out of their frustration? Did they thought positively or did they thought negatively? They thought positively about their frustrations, and that was how they came out. They used the ability, they were able to discover they are frustrated. They were able to discover ideas that can help them move forward in the midst of their frustrations. I mean, in the circumference of their frustration, they discover ideas. They discover possibilities. They discover it, they saw it, right? And that was how they picked themselves back up. They picked themselves back up and they went all in again. And that's the gift of every one of us is enjoying today. What if Boss Solomon has thought negatively about his frustrations? Will he still have been in the business? Remember, he was a young guy. His salary was even increased to 27,000 naira, which is equally amazing, right? But then, it was still never enough. He had to look more. He had to expand more. He had to widen himself. He was still not satisfied. He had to leave his comfort zone. Frustrations. He pulled through frustrations. And that's the fruit we are all enjoying today. Frustration. So whatever you do in your frustration, it will either make you or it will mar you. Whatsoever you decide to do with your frustration right now, it will either make you or it will mar you. It's just like the current increase, everything going on, the economic imbalance, everything, recession and all of that. I get me. A lot of you are frustrated in life. A lot of you are frustrated right now. Now, what are you thinking forward? What are you brainstorming? Who is your nearest? Who is your very close friend? Who are you listening to at this point? What are you doing about it? How are you thinking forward? A lot of you have started using it as an excuse, whereas somebody is rising. Somebody is rising through the same frustration. Somebody is what? Somebody is emerging. Somebody is emerging through the same frustration, right? And you still not do anything about it because you are thinking negatively about your frustration. Let's run along because of our time. Now, there are two kinds of people in life. There are two kinds of people in life. Those who have handled their frustrations and those who wish they had handled their frustrations. Oh, yes. Those who had handled their frustrations right, or those who wish that they have handled their frustrations. You know, these are people, the first category of people are those who are made out of their frustrations. Of course, you know, 2020 was a pandemic year, you get. 2020 was a pandemic year, right? People are going through a lot, 2020, recession all over, right? But then someone like me stood out and emerged. A lot of persons were still going through that know-how, right? Some of them today could not emerge. Some of them left the business. Some of them left the business because they couldn't handle it, because they can't even handle their frustrations proper, because they refuse to abide by the discipline around it. Now they wish that they have had. And now with the current economic crisis, you have a better chance to handle your frustration right. You have a better opportunity to handle your frustration right. The question is, are you going to be happy later on that you handled your frustration? Or you're going to what? You're going to wish that you have handled that frustrations. If you leave this business today, what is the next thing you want to go and start doing? I've been in this office, some person left the business. Recession never started. Ordinary scarcity of dollars, scarcity of money, right? Ordinary scarcity. A lot of persons stood out and they said, I'm not doing this business again. I was here, they left the business. People that have been motivating me, that I've been talking to, they left the business. The question is, what are they doing today? Did they grow or did they reduce? But you don't know that when you are frustrated and you decided to handle it positively, you get a new version of yourself. You upgrade to a new version of yourself. The person you're talking to, they could have almost left the business. Oh, yes. My top leaders here don't know. They know, they saw it. I could have actually left the business. I may not have even be talking to you at this point. Yes, it was very clear. It was vivid. They can even account to it. People I submit to, they can account to it 100%. Yes, they can. But the question is, did I thought positively about it? Obviously, I thought. Obviously, I did. I began to handle my frustrations. Business crumbled. I had to start afresh. I called some of my teammates. I told them that I'm starting the business afresh. Now I have to start picking it up one by one. Right after January retreat, I started everything. Thank God for the newly launched of the structure. That newly launched, I have to start holding. In fact, after the January retreat, we came back. The second week already, I've organized my launch. I started business afresh. I have to start business afresh. I started business afresh again this year. I started business afresh again this year. They know about it. People I submit to, they know about it. That is why I'm blessed with the gift of merit. People I listen to, they told me that I can still do it. I know Eric Worre, he built his organization 7 times. But people are still struggling in their business. They built it over times. All the leaders that I've been working with, they rebuilt their business a couple of times. So who am I? Why can't I even do it again if I've done it before? I started picking it back up again, up and front. I get to me, right? And that's it. There's so many persons who are not in my business right now, but they were with me last year. Earlier this year, they were no longer there. I get to me. But then what happened? We became better. The point is that we became better. The point is that we started anymore. The point is that a lot of persons started getting more impact. The point is that we are not living for ourselves, we are living for others. But the point is that whatever they do or talk, it doesn't even concern me. It's none of my business. My God, I have a target and there's a vision behind it. And our vision is to raise financially free people who will in turn raise other financially free people. Right? That's our vision. I have to think about the vision. I have to abide by the vision stream. With discipline. With discipline. And that is how we are. And that is where we are again, back on the track, grinding up and front. Now, it's made me to understand that it is not about them, it's about me. It's about so many persons, it's about my dreams, it's about the things I wanted to achieve, it's about my inspirations. It's not about them, it's about me. That is why Mark Yandel, in your first year network marketing, would always say that the new blood is the lifeblood of the organization. So in your midst of frustrations, what do you need to do? Number one tip is that you should do more. Did somebody write that down? Write that down. Do more. Do more. Do more. When you're frustrated, go all out and do more. Don't just be settled. Do more. If you were doing 2 before, do 3. 10x. Do more. Do more. That's a single tip for you to handle what? Frustrations. If you know the activity that could produce you the results, focus on them. Do them consecutively, compressively. Do them, right? Do them, because you're going to be one of them who are going to be standing on the stage. You know, they told you, we were told that this is the right time. You see those people that will be called on January retreats, that they are mad and they start sharing their stories. This is the right time. Those people, they are the ones that they are handling. They are steady fast in handling their frustrations right now. They are doing more activity right now. Right now, if they say 50 questionnaire, they will go ahead and do more numbers. Excuse me. If they say income producing activities, they'll go ahead and do more numbers. And you are seeing their results because they are handling their frustrations. Everybody is literally frustrated. But then frustration is a what? It's a fruit to great labor. It's a fruit to labor. It's a fruit to labor, to what you labor for. It's a fruit to it. So are you going to be part of the first category, or you're going to be part of the second category? Funny enough, right? Now, people get paid very well to handle their frustrations. Are you aware? They get paid very well to handle their frustrations. You don't understand the fact that your leaders are making money in the business. You saw people who are making money, genuine people, right? They are making money. Ordinary person like you and I, other Nigerians, they were not significant before, but these guys, they started becoming significant. They started making money because they handled their frustrations right. They started getting paid. Is that what you cannot do? Right? Now, if you are broke, not this, it's probably because you do not handle your frustrations right. So you see, whatever is happening to you now is because you cannot handle your frustrations right. You say, well, I'm broke, and that's why I'm frustrated. You started giving excuses. Everybody that give you excuses, right? Everybody going forward, anybody that will open their mouth and they begin to give you excuses, right? Just know that this person just want to be there. The person wants to be there, right? The person wants to be there. The person wants to be there. Are you getting me? Now they'll give you excuses like I'm broke, and that's why I'm frustrated. You've got it backward. Are you getting me? If you handle more frustrations, you'll be more richer. The more frustrations you handle out there, the more richer you get. They tell you to upgrade. You said I didn't have money to upgrade. Is that one not an is that one frustrations? You're already frustrating yourself by yourself, because someone that has multiple figure can do more, what can earn more. If you have multiple figure, you can earn more. That's another level of frustrations. I want to remind them, why can't you be frustrated? In fact, why can you not be frustrated? Why can you not be frustrated? Are you getting me? You refuse to do the needful. Why can you not? It's only people who do more of frustrations, handle them right, they'll be rich, right? Another point you need to note is this: a major difference between people who are financially secure and people who are not is how they handle from their frustrations. You see, everybody who you saw making money today, they decided to handle their frustrations. And sometimes last month, I decided to handle my frustrations. I saw my business, nothing much was going on, and I was doing more than expected. I doubled my number. I doubled up. In fact, I had to double up. And you saw the effects. You saw the effects. I get that, right? Because these are game changers. These are world changers. Everybody you know today, they are great. There's great frustration on the road to any great success. It has not stopped, ended. Even you that wanted more for yourself, there is another level of frustrations you're about to go through. There's another level of frustrations you're about to go through. You want to become financially free. You've not even started. Are you not seeing that you've not even started handling frustration? You've not even started seeing frustrations at all. Are you not seeing that you've not even started seeing frustration at all? You've not, in fact, as you are praying this night, pray that you have frustrations tomorrow. Do you understand what I'm saying? Pray that you have frustrations the next tomorrow. Pray that you have frustrations every day coming on your way. Pray because it only brings you success. It only leads you to a know-how, to a road of know-how. It only brings you ideas and initiatives to get better. So pray that you are frustrated. You see, frustration is not a bad prayer. It's not a bad prayer. Often at times, we are praying, oh God, don't let me to be frustrated. God, anything that will be frustrations in my life, please take it away. Take it away. It's a terrible prayer as far as this business is concerned. And everybody that wants, as far as success is concerned, generally, is a terrible prayer. Pray that you are frustrated. A man with more challenges is a man with more vision, is a man with more money. A man with more challenges is a man with more vision, is a man with more money. The higher your challenges, do you wonder why people who are rich today, they have higher challenges? They have a very big challenges. They have a very big frustrations because they already they need to step up. They need to level up. They need to level up. So if you're not frustrated and you're feeling pretty, you feel that everything is okay for you. If now financial freedom you want, I'm not sure say you go get them more. If you said you want a better organization, I'm not sure you go get them. Why? Because you are reluctant, because you're not having anything. You don't have things that challenge you. You don't have a lion mentality. Nothing is challenging you right in front of you. You're just reluctant. You're just there. You're just there. Are you getting me? So you can take things that used to make you frustrated and program them so that they make you excited. What are you telling me? What are you telling me? You're not making money. Go out and have fun. How do you have fun? Can't do questionnaire now. Ambassador Weke in his training said 50 questionnaire. That was where he demystified questionnaire challenge. They found that I can start getting enable result. 50 questionnaire. Can't have fun now. Can't start doing questionnaire. Can't have fun outside. Decide to play. Play. Have fun. Make it excited. Go out. Do that. 50 questionnaire. Challenge every day. Go and get it done. Right? Turn it into excitement. Go in for lunches. Go in for lunches. Start calling your downlines. Start booking home lunches for them. Go in for lunches. You feel you are frustrated, right? There are so many exciting things you can do with frustrations now. There are so many exciting things you can do with frustrations. There are so many great things you can do with frustrations. Are you getting me? And that is when you start seeing possibility. That's when you start seeing that it's possible for someone to move from frustrations into greatness. It's possible now. It's just a very small loop. It's not even long. It's not even long. Just a small loop. Just a small one. Just a small loop. It's not even long. Just a little strange. A little strange. It's not even long. right? So all successful people learn that success is buried on the other side of frustrations. Come on. Every successful person today, they came to learn that what? They learn that do what? That success is buried on the other side of frustration. Why can't you be happy? In fact, why can't I be happy that I'm getting frustrated every day? If frustration should just be my food, why can't I even be glad? Why can't I even be glad? Because they are speaking to me directly. They are telling me that for me to get on the other side of success, I have to be frustrated. And when I see frustrations, that means I'm actually on the right lane. I'm on the right track. Are you not seeing that you're on the right track? Why can't you start up and appreciate yourself for being on the right track? For still thinking forward. It's not everybody that is thinking forward. For the fact that you are frustrated right now, you are thinking forward. You are very close to your success. You are still part of the business because you can never do without frustrations. Let's make efforts. Let's make headway because of time, right? Let's make headway. Now, what is the difference between successful and unsuccessful people? What's the difference between successful and unsuccessful people? Know this. Write it down. Write it down. Right? Common things about successful people is number one, hunger. Hunger. Right? Hunger. You're always hungry. They are coachable, they are hungry. They want something better. I get me. When you are frustrated, you should be hungry. For success, you should not be depressed. That's a wrong mindset. You shouldn't be depressed, right? When you find yourself in the middle of something, know already that thing right there is leading you to success. It's the fact that you need to be hungry. It is the fact that you need to think about, this is one of the greatest gifts of an entrepreneur. I don't know if you are getting me. This is one of the greatest gifts of the fact that you have to figure it out by yourself. The fact that you have to figure it out. That is the effect of hunger. That's the greatest one, the greatest archive of an entrepreneur. Why you should be appreciating yourself as an entrepreneur is the fact that you can be able to figure yourself out in the midst of challenge, in the midst of depression, in the midst of frustrations. Do you know what that means? Do you know what that means? Do you know what that means? Yeah? Now, two is strong desire to succeed. You have to have a strong desire to succeed. You need to be frustrated every now and then, right? You need to always think about, you need to always revolve your mind on some things that you think is not possible. That is when you start thinking possible. A possibility mindset. Be a possible thinker. When you are frustrated and you want to become a success, you become what? A possible thinker. You have this desire to succeed. Of course, you have big dreams. You have big dreams. You have focus. Follow one course until success, right? You begin to follow one course until success. And as a matter of fact, you avoid distractions. Yes. You avoid distractions, and should equally be what? Be ready to endure temporal pain. Be ready to endure temporal pain. Be ready to endure temporal pain. Avoid distractions as much as possible. Focus on the activity. The reason why so many of us fail in this business, I've come to discover that we focus on results. You don't do that. That was one of what my mentor told me. My mentor called me by the name Florence and said, you see, you focus on the activity. Don't think about